I'm Lauren from RV's very own Society, and welcome to the Tyrant's Legendary Walkthrough for Halo Wars. Today's mission is Arcadia City, so please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching!
So, all it did was point here.
In the 30 seconds I had to examine the artifact, yes, all it did was point at a second star system.
Arcadia Colony, to be precise. Population a little under 3 million, largely unexplored, but apparently quite the vacation resort.
There's something there, Captain, and I think it's important that we get to it before the Covenant do.
Our orders are to investigate Harvest. We still don't know a lot about what's going on down there.
I understand that, Captain, but everything I see here tells me that we need to get to Arcadia to figure this out.
Very well, Professor. I'll clear it with Admiral Cole. Serena, set course for Arcadia.
Aye, sir. Crazy mystery trip to Arcadia plotted in, spinning up FTL drive.
Serena, get out of my lab.
Serena, situation update, please.
2 Covenant vessels came out of slip space near Arcadia. The Belfast, Pillar of Autumn, Texas, and Armstrong engaged immediately, and caught one with its shields down. We lost the Texas and Belfast. The Armstrong is venting atmosphere, and Autumn is badly damaged. The second vessel is engaged in surface activity.
What kind of surface activity?
Unknown. Wait, I'm getting a signal. Audio only.
We're being overrun. Alien forces are inside the city limits and approaching the spaceport. We're still evacuating civilians. We need help.
Getting visuals now, Captain.
Serena, launch pods. Bring the ship to alert.
Spirit to fire. This is Arcadian Patrol. Civilians entering the city are getting blocked by hostile forces. We need to clear that area. Can you assist? Arcadia Ground Control, this is Forge. We're inbound to aid in evacuation efforts. Help is on the way.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's Legendary Walkthrough for Halo Wars. Today we're doing the mission Arcadia City, otherwise known as the 7th Ring of Hell.
It's a bloodbath here. We need some cover, now! You bet.
This mission is, I guess, one of the hardest ones in the game. I'm not really sure why, aside from the end. So, you start out with Sergeant Forge and 4 Hornets from Halo 3. Now your first goal here obviously is to take out the Covenant in the immediate area. Do watch out for the elites with swords. They are very devastating for ground troops. So focus on those guys. Now as soon as you clear those areas, the 3 cargo ships are going to light up. Here is my recommendation here. Alright, so we obviously know that cargo ship 3 is going to die, inevitably. It's going to happen that way. So, cargo ship 2 is going to be our main priority. So go ahead and kill the Banshees along the way. You've got more than enough firepower at your disposal. And head to cargo ship 2. What this will allow you to do is get Sergeant Forge to scout the area for supplies. You're going to need them, because as soon as the 3rd cargo ship is destroyed, you will have the option to build a base, and you want to get sort of a little head start there. Now, believe it or not, those 5 guys right there can pretty much, oh, that's a great restaurant, man, now I'm craving some French fries, can hold the area pretty well for the most part. Cargo ship number 1 is going to inevitably also get destroyed, but I do recommend keeping it alive as long as you can. As you can see, you have Spartans in this mission. Now you can't control them, but they are a huge help. They will randomly hijack Covenant vehicles and will provide basically a lot of reinforcements to your effort. So while you're waiting for Cargo Ship 3 to be destroyed, go ahead and escort Sergeant Forge around the map, gathering supplies, so again you have that head start. Just a pro tip, you can hold down X and have him do multiple rally points at the same time. It is a big help. I really didn't use it a whole lot here simply because there are Covenant all over the place and I do not want him getting blown up. You want to keep these 5 units alive as long as possible. The first 15 minutes of this mission really aren't that bad. It's the last 5 you have to worry about. So your goal from here till then is to prep your army as much as possible. Hornets are the key, and you want to upgrade them. So go ahead and nuke these guys. Go ahead and collect as many supplies as you can. Again, Sergeant Forge is very powerful, but keep his Warthog alive as long as possible. Even though you can revive heroes, as far as I can tell, you cannot rebuild his Gauss Hog. Okay, so this is the key point here. Cargo Ship 3 is about to get nuked. Sorry for the spoiler alert, but if you've played this game before, you already know this. And there it goes. Classic Halo Reach moment right there. So once this is the case, select one of your Hornets to go to the base location furthest from the Covenant base in the upper right hand corner. You want to stay away from this. Do not bother with the secondary base. It is completely useless. Again, the Covenant base is right there. It's just a waste of resources. So once you get a Covenant,
make sure the area is clear.
I guess, establishment, making sure that you have sort of a perimeter, go ahead and select one of your Hornets to travel to the base so you can select it and immediately start building. Supply pads are the key here. You want to keep your resources up as much as possible. You're also going to want to build a reactor, and you're going to want to upgrade it as quickly as you can. Now, because upgrades are expensive, it's actually cheaper just to build a second reactor for the time being. That'll help you get some of the upgrades that you need to continue this mission. One of the things that I've found that really does help is getting all your units around the ship right here using the Spirit of Fire and healing them. I know a lot of you have been asking why I haven't been using the healing powers in previous missions. I really haven't felt like I've needed them up until now. You really do need to utilize it here because the cargo ship is your key. If that cargo ship gets destroyed, number 2, the mission is done. So we're going to go ahead and keep these guys alive. They will, for the most part, fortify that location fairly well. So go ahead and start building supply pads. Upgrade them as quickly as you can. I'm building 3 right off the bat, as well as a reactor. Go ahead and build 3 turrets is my recommendation. I know some people have had some issues with Covenant attacking the base. It's never been that much of a problem for me, but it doesn't hurt to upgrade the turrets. Sorry, it's 6 a.m. and I've been up all night. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on these guys. Again, throw in a heal from time to time, especially if they've just been through a skirmish. And we also have another little faction here called the Spartans. Now, you can't control the Spartans in this mission, but they do offer a lot of support. They will randomly hijack Covenant vehicles and just add to that little arsenal that you have. It really does help. You can't really control what they hijack. Sometimes they'll hijack Banshees. Again, great because you will need the air support. I've had them hijack one of the Covenant's fighter ships before, which has been a really, really big help. But sometimes they'll hijack Wraiths as well. If your Spartans die, don't hesitate to send a Hornet over there just to reactivate them. Eventually they're going to converge to Cargo Ship 2 anyway, but it should help you quite a bit. Now, I try to keep Cargo Ship 1 alive as long as possible because that keeps fire away from Cargo Ship 2. Again, that's going to be our main priority, just trying to keep him alive. Civilians are going to be trying to evacuate to the ship, this is not a top priority. I know it's a bonus objective, but here it just really doesn't help very much. The civilians are typically also running right beside your base, so at the very least, your turrets are helping to keep them alive. Upgrade your base as soon as you possibly can. You're going to need the extra space. Again, supply pads are a must, and so are reactors. Your goal here is to get your air base up as quickly as possible. Hornets are the key here. And you're going to have to do this quickly because, as you can see, there is a timer. Now, the first 15 minutes of this aren't so bad. It's the last 5 minutes you have to worry about. I'm sure the word mega turret comes to mind, and unfortunately this thing is a total rip-off. Screw them for doing this. It's completely random and extra powerful. Literally, the last time I played this, I got about 60 seconds away from completing the mission, and I got two-shotted by the turret. Cargo ship 2 just gone, and I had 14, maybe not 14, 12, something like that, Hornets in the air. Completely ignored those, went right for the cargo ship. So to try to make my base a bit more of a deterrent for that, I'm trying to upgrade it as much as possible. Also trying to upgrade the Hornets as soon as I get the chance. Hornets right now are just pea shooters, really. You can upgrade them twice. You can upgrade them to have more units on the Pelicans themselves. Pelicans. Jesus. Hornets. And you can also upgrade their missile launchers and make them extremely effective in the air. So you want to get that airbase up as quickly as possible.
Cargo 1 is taking heavy fire. Requesting assistance.
Once you do, you basically stand a much better chance against fighting that last 5 minutes of the battle. As you can see, Spartan already commandeered a Banshee as well as a Wraith, so this definitely helps. And you want to upgrade your supply pads to heavy supply pads as quickly as you can, just so you have that constant income. You want to make sure you're pumping out as much units as possible. Enemies, good lord. I told you it was 6 a.m. Upgrade those reactors so you can go ahead and research the Hornets. Do not bother with barracks or vehicle depots. Not going to be much of a help here. It's not a bad idea until you actually get there to send maybe a couple of upgraded Warthogs to the location just to help out Sergeant Forge. Currently he is the only ground unit. Okay, so we have a down Spartan. I'm going to go ahead and send... Oh my god, that guy's taking a lot of hits too. To resurrect the Spartan. Apparently in this mission they play heroes. I have not played through the entire campaign yet. I'm doing this one mission at a time, so understand that I don't know how the whole Spartan thing works. I don't know if they're more effective once you can control them. I don't know if they die as heroes yet, but I will find out. So again, I'm just trying to basically take one mission at a time here, trying to learn from each of them to make a more effective walkthrough for you guys. So right now we are going ahead and upgrading the Hornets. They are much more effective. Basically 3 upgraded Hornets are more effective than 6 non-upgraded Hornets. This is worth it to you. They are a force to be reckoned with in the air. And yes, I am cutting back on the jokes on this one because this is a dick of a mission. I mean, seriously. And I'm trying to get throughout without dying at all. You know me well enough to know I do not save and quit. I just go through it in one run, no deaths. Unfortunately, because of the auto or the mega turret at the end, it's sort of a toying cost, so you want to make sure that you have as many deterrents as possible so that the turret is not shooting at the cargo ship. Literally, it can two-shot the damn thing.
Wingmen, research.
So right now, I'm just pumping out Hornets. They're very effective against Wraiths and Lotuses. Obviously, it's a lot harder for ground troops to... Damn it. Okay, there we go. It's a lot more difficult for ground troops to attack them, and especially towards the end. You're going to be getting hit very hard by aerial units. Not just Banshees, but also the Covenant Fighters. I'm not really sure what they're called off the top of my head, but they have giant needles sticking out of them. I was lucky enough last time to have one of my Spartans hijack one of those things, and it was very effective. But do not count on it, because again, you do not control the Spartans in this mission. They control you in Soviet Russia. One of the tactics that I've learned here again is between each skirmish, basically, you want to hover all of your troops around that cargo ship and do a Spirit of Fire heal. That way you're keeping your troops alive as long as possible, so you're not worrying about, you know, pumping out so many at one time.
All units.
Your troops, or your heal, as far as I can tell, does heal the Spartans if they're close by. Oh, he's knocked out. Oh, poor baby.
All units.
The skirmishes here seem a little bit small. Once again, they will attack your base from time to time, but if you have 3 turrets set up, it really shouldn't make that much of a difference. And if you want to upgrade them, you can do that too. But your main priority here, again, is to get the Hornets in the air and guarding that cargo too. Also, watch out for those elites with swords, because if they start slashing away at that cargo ship, you're pretty much done for. There's a lot of micromanaging in this mission. I'm going back and forth between my bases and, well, my one base, and the battle going on at Cargo 2. Like I said, Cargo 1 will not last very long, but as long as it's still alive, they aren't attacking you. So I'm using this opportunity right here to heal all my units, keeping them alive as long as possible. I have already upgraded the Hornets, so they're going to have a lot more firepower. Very good for repelling those enemy air units. And we're moving back around. So, again, at the beginning of the mission, we were gathering supplies as much as we possibly could so we could sort of get a jump start on the base. It does help quite a bit.
More resources.
Now, one thing that you can do as the mission goes on, and if you have time left, is upgrade the Hornets further, and they're going to have rocket pods. Fantastic against aerial units. Again, those Covenant Fighters are tough. The Banshees, not so much. But the Covenant Fighters, yeah, they are going to rip you to shreds. So don't let that happen. Build up those aerial units and try to keep them close to the water, because I've found that the Covenant turret at the end tends to aim for what's closest to it. Sometimes it'll hit your base. I mean, this thing seems to have infinite range, so be careful. But the main thing is you want to keep it away from the cargo ship. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my turrets here. I'm going to give it one of them a railgun, one a flamethrower, and another a missile launcher, just to cover all my bases. I'm hoping that if I upgrade this place enough, that if the Covenant turret just goes completely I can't say the word, bat-esque crazy, there we go, he'll aim for the base and not the cargo ship. I don't really care if the base gets taken out once my units are ready and in the air, but if the cargo ship dies, it's the end of the mission. It's the only one remaining at this point, so do not let it die. I'm going to max out my population. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this base right here, or this supply pad, just because I want to go ahead and build up my tech a little bit more. Population limit is currently 30. I want to see if I can raise it to 40 and get more Hornets out there. Just making sure I've got everything that I possibly can at my disposal. Again, the last 2 minutes are brutal. You're going to have Covenant attacking like crazy, but again, that turret is the big thing. The turret also seems kind of crappy at hitting aerial units, so again, don't go with the Warthog approach. And the Scorpions aren't that effective here either. The attacks, the individual infantry attacks, aren't that major as far as the Cargo 2 is concerned. So it really does help you just to prep for that final run. I'm going to try to, again, keep my Spartans alive as much as possible. They are a huge help, especially if they manage to hijack the right vehicles. Don't bother with the civilians. I know that sounds terrible. But believe it or not, the turrets are actually fairly effective while the civilians are running to that cargo ship. Again, sorry, it's 6 a.m. But once you've fully upgraded the Hornets, they can hold their own pretty well. And I've got quite a few here. I've got 13. Oh, God, that's a terrible number. Alright, so I'm going to heal these guys again. Just, again, every opportunity that you have, it's not wasteful. If you have the resources to do it, just do it. Keep them alive. Keep them pumping. I'm going to go ahead and max out my population at this point so I can get more Hornets over here. And once Serena announces that the Mega Turret is online, this is what you're going to keep an eye on. These guys are going to be a wall of defense against that cargo right there. If that thing goes, it's done. Like I said, the Mega Turret can two-shot the thing. And if you only have like 10 seconds left, I mean, my God, that is frustrating. So again, keep Sergeant Forge alive. Sergeant Sorge. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that from now on. You'll also notice that your Spartans tend to converge to Cargo 2 as the mission goes on. I guess they figure the rest of it's just a lost cause. Screw the damn civilians. Honestly, they screwed me over and reached so many freaking times. Alright, so I'm going to upgrade my turrets again. I'm trying to make my base a target for the Mega Turret. Because if they destroy your entire base, hey, it's not that big of a deal. As long as you're keeping the cargo ship alive, that's what really counts. So build up your Hornet forces. They're the most effective against ground and aerial units. And check this out. We are tearing these guys apart. Again, you want to do a select all units and concentrate on one at a time. Although I'm noticing, alright, that is a total Halo 3 trait right there. Gotta give them credit for that one. The Locusts seem like mini scarabs. I mean, heck, they're named after bugs, too. They shoot at a very long distance, so yeah, if your guys are getting attacked, you definitely want to go ahead and take them out. I'm a little bit nervous right now because I know we're hitting the 2-minute mark, and that is when the Covenant Mega Turret comes online. For the most part, it's not that big of a deal until the last 30 seconds of the mission, but you really don't want to take any chances. Trust me, there is nothing more frustrating than having like 10 seconds left in the mission and the cargo ship just getting nuked by the Mega Turret. I mean, this is God mode for the Covenant. It sucks. I don't know who the hell thought about this, but Jesus. Now, as you can see, the turrets are very effective against the drop ships. Also, that is lessening the individual attacks that are happening against the cargo ship. I'm trying to keep my Hornets over there on the right-hand side of the cargo ship because I know the Covenant turret is over there further to the right, and I'm hoping he'll target them first. Again, it's not very effective against ground unit. Oh, and here she goes. It's not very effective against aerial units, but ground units, you know, they get taken out pretty quickly. That's why the Warthog approach is not recommended. Now, fortunately, we have 2 Spartans in Banshees. That should also help with the whole aerial thing. But do keep an eye on any Covenant that are approaching. And there's the Mega Turret right there. I mean, it's annihilating my forces. Again, keep an eye on these guys. Keep the heals up. You want to make sure that cargo ship is healed at all times. Obviously, the aerial battles are going to start getting a lot more intense now. And they're trying to suicide the damn thing. The cargo ship's down to less than 50%. Protect that thing at all costs. It does get a little rough, especially in these last few seconds. I've only got 20 to go. I just need to hold out a little bit longer. That Mega Turret is really trying to, and I'm already in the red. Shoot. We're almost there. Just survive a little bit longer. I've got the heals going. Come on. Almost there. 2, 1, and bam! That is Arcadia City on Legendary with no deaths. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe to MythicTyrant.com and stay tuned every week for more videos. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.